Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for watching this video today. Here is just a quick demo to give you all an idea of what positive reinforcement training can look like and how easy it can be. So this is Denali. Denali was a Mustang I gentled in 2022 and he is my homeboy. And you'll see here I'm setting down a little pan. And this is to give you guys a demo of like a safe way to introduce food rewards. So this is called default neutral, and I'm just going to give you a time or two. Here's Denali's asking for some love. I really like to scratch on my horses in between this training so it doesn't become all about the food. So there I just threw a cookie in the bucket so he just kind of like realizes what's going on. Giving him plenty of time to sniff it out and play around. And here he's checking in with me, and I'm like, hey, nope. And I ask for his head up, then his head down. It's just like a little play game that we do to just kind of help reinforce that the food comes to his face and he does not come to me for the food. He comes to me for engagement. And this helps create safe, positive reinforcement training. So you're not running into issues with your horse turning into a cookie monster or being pushy. Here's a hoof care behavior. So you see I point at his hoof and he picks it up immediately, and I am disabled right now. I probably have the strength of a 90-year-old due to some chronic illness. And so using positive reinforcement and cooperative care allows me to take care of my horses without putting any stress on my body, because they are the ones putting in the effort to do things like hold their feet up and put their head into the halter or bridle. Here I'm like having a bit of a dizzy spell, and Denali's like, I'm not going to pick up my foot until you're not dizzy. Then there he did, and you see how he's just resting his hoof on the ground. This is a behavior I have trained. Thank you, Tasfenya. Oh, he was like, what are you doing? I was grabbing a hoof pick. I've trained so that like 2-year-olds can handle my Mustang that was wild 3 years ago. And I was having a pretty high symptom day today. So I'm like quite dizzy and weak. So I'm taking forever to do these things. And because of the chill positive reinforcement training, Denali is absolutely A-okay with that. You know, there's a grass area in this arena. He could totally be going and eating tasty grass right now, but he is choosing to deal with my sorry ass. Sorry for the expletive. And he's being a great little guy. So he just walked off for a second. I think there was something going on in the field over there. And there he kind of came back. I asked him to do a hand target, so he comes up and boops my hand. This is me having another dizzy spell, so I was holding on to his saddle pad or bareback pad for a little bit so he can hold me. And there's him picking up his foot and holding it up. And I'm very aware this is not the safest practice to be on your knees around a horse, but I've known Denali for forever now, and he is very gentle, and I know he will not step on me. And he's like holding his foot up by himself. Like I'm not having to like hold it at all. He's being such a good little boy. And I'm not going to edit this video at all because, frankly, I don't have the energy, and it think it's important to see what real training looks like. So there's Denali asking for some booty scratches. I didn't give it to him because I was trying to pick up his foot, but he can be a very demanding little guy sometimes. So there, I'm just kind of waiting for him to pick up his foot. I just kind of have my hand on his leg. And he's zoned out. He's like, I'm going to take a nap. Because I was just super uncoordinated this day. He wasn't really paying attention to me all that much, which is fine, especially when I'm as dizzy as I am. And there, he was like, okay, I'll pick up my foot. And you see, yet again, I'm not holding up his foot at all. He is resting his hind hoof on the ground with the sole up, which is a very vulnerable thing for horses to do. And they can, they'll only do that if they really feel safe and comfortable and relaxed. Yeah, and like comfortable with you guiding them. It's very hard to have a horse rest their hoof up if they don't feel comfortable and safe. Here, I have another fun little dizzy spell, and Denali's a very good boy, just checking in on me. And then after this, we move on to target training. Yet again, this video is not an explanation of how to train with positive reinforcement or how to target train. This is just a little show of what it can look like, because it can look like so many different things. And so in a minute here, Denali kisses. And because we have all these like boundaries and rules in place, I am able to sit on the ground next to him, and he is able to put his head in my lap, and I know, he's going to be very, very gentle when he lips me or things like that. Now, would I let any other horse do that? No. But because I have such a history with him, and because we've done cooperative care and consent-based training since he was, untouchable, I feel safe doing things like that. And so here's the target stick. And this is just a fun little way to kind of get some movement in and really get their body working in a positive way and have them use their body well without using any force. And it's just really fun and easy. And the horses love it. So it's a really good relationship building tool. So there he's going forwards. There I'm asking him to back up. And there he's going forward. So we're practicing a little bit of, transitions and things like that. And as you can see, for a horse who is not built well, like he used his body phenomenally there. So it's a real opportunity to have high quality work with very low effort, because I am so fatigued right now and I can't do much. And then the other thing is like, I do positive reinforcement training, and yes, I do use some negative reinforcement, so they just, other people can ride them and they're going to feel safe and understood, and, they can have care from other service professionals, and, he's going to be perfectly cooperative and fine and happy, even if there's not treats involved. And the other thing is like, I take this horse places. I've taken him fox hunting, bitless. He goes to the beach. We do Liberty on the beach. We've starting to dabble in a little bit of basic dressage. So like, you can use food rewards with your horse and still have like a horse that can do normal, or quote unquote, I guess traditional is a better word, traditional activities. There I'm again just having a little play with him, trying to get him a little engaged and interested, and using novel movement, which is really good for their brains and bodies. I'm sure most of you guys have heard about all the benefits of play for people, and it's the same with horses or any other mammal, of like learning through play helps them learn much faster. And so there you'll see that was my end session signal. So to end the session, so he wasn't getting frustrated that I ended the game and he couldn't play anymore, I'll kind of click, say all done, and then leave a huge pile of food rewards on the ground. Anyways, thank you for joining me today, and feel free to reach out to me at Fenya Jane Holistic Horsemanship if you are interested in more education. Have a lovely day.